Good morning, everyone. My name is Alicia, and today I'm going to be talking about my UX project, which is on the topic of positive body movement in university students. My product is for university students who want to integrate positive body movement into their lives whilst maintaining a balanced routine. Asana is a mobile application that uses AI tools to provide personalized movement recommendations and schedules so that students can stay active and enjoy movement without it disrupting their routine. It also provides students with affordable and accessible resources to assist and improve their movement habits. Unlike other apps like FitOn that mainly focus on indoor video-based tutorials, our app promotes body movement by integrating it into students' daily lives. For example, providing walking routes, breathing exercises, and social activities. Our product uses AI as a tool to assist students in building sustainable wellness habits so that they can enrich their university lives. So, for the design requirements, I'm just quickly going to go through the key elements of the app. So, the app uses inputted goals, schedules, and preferences to provide personalized activities and plans. And with those set plans, the users are able to achieve their goals and also view and track their progress over time. Not only that, the app also connects users to available and accessible resources to further assist their movement habits. There are also a few design requirements that aren't shown in the actual prototype, but they would be part of the app, but they just aren't part of the user flow that I chose. So next I'm going to talk about my persona, Amy. So the key points for Amy is that she struggles to manage her time. She finds it challenging to access movement resources and also lacks motivation to stay consistent. Her intention behind movement is for mental health and health reasons. And when it comes to her habits, she prefers doing activities on her own, but she also enjoys trying out new activities with friends. Journey map for Amy. Obviously, in the situation, she's already downloaded the app and received a plan to achieve her set goals. So when she wakes up in the morning, she has a class to attend and assignment deadlines are near, which leaves her feeling quite stressed. Later on in the morning, she receives a reminder from the app to do some quick stretching and breathing exercises, which she then does, which leaves her feeling slightly refreshed and more relaxed. In the afternoon, the app has scheduled a 20-minute walk for her during her 2-hour break, which allows her to focus on her assignments after she's done with it. In the evening, she then commutes back home and then does some work. At night, she has some free time and decides that she wants to book a hot yoga session with her roommate. They both enjoy the class and their body feels good afterwards. Later on at night, she feels quite tired to do some stretching, but she receives a reminder on its benefits and is motivated to do that, which leaves her feeling relaxed and calm to go to sleep. Next, the competitor that I decided to do a SWOT analysis on is FitOn, a fitness app that mainly relies on indoor video tutorials for workouts. One of their strengths is the fact that the app is free and accessible, and it's also beginner friendly, whereas its weaknesses are it doesn't really focus on everyday movement and lacks personalization. Though it does have the opportunity for outdoor and hybrid movement options. Lastly, one of its threats is the fact that there's a lot of market saturation, and also it requires some premium models, which users may not want to pay. Next is the critical user flow for Amy. So she starts off by downloading the app and then is asked to set things up by creating an account and other information. She's then asked to select her goals and also her preferred movement activities and styles. Based on that, the app will then create a plan for her based on the goals that she set. And if she wants to, she can edit her goals. So she then goes off the app and just goes about her normal routine and receives a reminder for a scheduled walk that was created based on the plan given. So she clicks on the reminder and is directed to the walking plan page where she is provided with some walking routes and the necessary information. She chooses one of the walking paths and then is directed to the route page where she is given map directions to the walking path and an option to log her walk. So she decides to log her walk, go on the walk, and complete the walk. After that, she walks back to university, and since the app knows her location and has seen that she has finished her walk, she receives a congratulatory message and animation, and also a status of her walking and step goal. After that, she's then directed to the Plans tab and is shown her achievements, such as the streaks and points that she has collected. Okay. So, after completing her walk and using the app, she feels quite refreshed and less tired, and her life feels balanced. So, the use of the app was successful for the user as she was able to balance physical movement and her academics, and she's both healthy in mind and body. So, the user then closes the app. I'm now going to go through the priority guides and intent frames for the main pages that Amy will use. First of all is the Plans and Goals tab. So this has the plan for each of the goals set by the users with visual indicators of how much they've done for each goal. Aside from that, users will also be able to log and track daily activities and also see visual indicators for things such as streaks and progress bars. Not only that, the page will also have an option for users to integrate their calendar and see what they have scheduled for each day. And lastly, it will also link users to the relevant resources to achieve the goals for each different activity. So this is the intent frame for the Plans and Goals tab. So as you can see, they have an option to link their calendar and also view what they have for each day. Aside from that, they have each of the inputted goals and also how much they've done for each of those goals they can see it through the visual progress indicators, and also a link to further resources on the specifics of how to achieve their goal. And lastly, at the bottom will be things such as visuals on their streaks and their progress throughout the use of the app. Next, so after the user clicks on the walking routes, they are directed to the walking route page and they are given personalized walking path suggestions. This has details and insights on the specific paths, including the distance, how long it would take, and accessibility. Not only that, the page also consists of a search bar and a filter so that users can specifically choose the type of walking path and walk they want to go on. And lastly, it also has visual representation of the routes, such as images of the landmarks or specific walking paths to help the users visualize the place, or maybe it could be a place that they already know. This is the intent frame for the walking route page. At the top you can see is where the search bar will be, and then they'll have some information on the walking path and details for it, as well as an image for them to entice them to choose that path, and also for them to just identify it. Not only that, they will also be provided with a link for further directions and details. After the user has chosen a specific route that they want to go on, they will then be directed to the route page, which provides them with the path details and insights that were previously given, as well as additional information. Not only that, the page will also provide them with map directions so that they were able to reach the path that they chose. This will just be linked into the app straight away, so the user won't have to go off to a different app to find that location. Aside from that, it will also have progress and time tracking, so the users can log their walk and also see the number of steps they have done. And lastly, there's also an additional goal suggestion so that if the user feels more motivated on a certain day, they might receive a notification or goal to do 5 minutes of stretching or an additional 5 minutes of walking. At the top, you can see that there will be a visual indicator of the suggested walking path, so an image for them to identify where they're going. And then after that, they'll be provided with a map to guide them on how to reach their walking path. And then they'll also be given an option to log their time and view their total time, as well as see their step count increase from the start to the end of their walking path. And lastly, they will be given a extra goal suggestion and given a link to achieve those goals. This is a updated mood board that I created. It's quite similar to the previous one, but I've added some extra things that I felt connected with the app Asana more. One of my tutors also mentioned to do a user interface mood board to just get inspiration and see how user interfaces are usually designed. So I created a mood board for that. And lastly, I also created a quick storyboard to help me understand what would be the user flow for Amy while she uses the app. That's all for my pitch. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.